Hi. So, part two. I'm recording this immediately after the last one. So, what? It was 1 a.m.? Oh, 2 a.m. already? Oh, time goes fast, huh? I'm getting old. So, how much did I read? Five? So, maybe I'll read another five? And then another five tomorrow, maybe? But. No, no. Let's read. Oh, wait. This is the right. Okay. Take two. That day, the petals I let fly from the hill led me to the research lab. Working at the lab with Reen, the days passed quickly. Without saying who was first, we will both climb the hill together, and we looked up at the sky. By the time the sun had set, Reen would ask, "How was your day today?" The days passed one after another, and before we knew it, 5 years had passed. Ah, beautiful friendship. I hope you guys have a beautiful friendship as well. If not, I'm here for you. One day, we sat on the hill as always, watching the sun go down. How was your day today? Nothing special, another ordinary day. How about you, Ring? Me? Same as usual, conducting some research in the lab, taking care of the little ones. In other words, a very special day. By the way, speaking of the lab, have you ever considered officially joining the botanical garden? You could take your plant research to the next level. I could take you on as my pupil. That's okay. Thanks. What do you mean? Uh, I I just don't know what the point will be. It's not like researching plants will help with reclaiming the surface. Oh, it will, because the surface is going to be covered with dust, debris from the explosions, fires, and everything. And life needs to start anew once the surface is reclaimed. Mm. Not that I'm saying that what you're doing is a bad thing. I know what you mean. No point, huh? Hmm. To mark the arrival of spring, I was thinking of holding a festival called the Festival of Harmony. I want to exhibit flowers in remembrance of those who couldn't make it to the Ark during the first invasion. Uh, if it's not too much of an imposition, will you be willing to help me in the preparations? Hmm. I never thought I would be asked to help with another festival. I helped with Spring Festa before. Hmm. In fact, this will be the third time I left a hand for a festival. Eh, are you cheering me on? Thanks, but you don't have to do that. Flora put me in charge of managing the cherry blossom path. There isn't much to do, considering that the trees don't require much intervention. They'll never wear her. With a better smile, Trina's gaze drifts towards the towering cherry blossom tree in the distance. Hmm. The tree stands atop a hill, its lush blossoms painting the sky pink. So suffocating. Faced with such breathtaking beauty, Trina collapses to the ground. Can't breathe. Her breathing grows ragged, and she keeps repeating the same sentence over and over. Can't breathe. At some point, can't breathe. In a desperate attempt to break free from the illusion she's created for herself. Can't breathe. In order to get closer to nature, can't breathe. Trina begins to tear her begins to tear off her clothes. Can't breathe. At the same time, what in the world are you doing? Oh, that was short. I wonder if there's another reason why Trina says she can't breathe. Mainly because she wants to connect to the nature, which makes sense because as humans, we started off as monkeys. Yay! But for me, I started as a shark. Um, hmm, what could be the reason to that? For why Trina acts like that? Hmm. The moment I joined the new squad, I was thrown headlong into intensive training. By the time it was over, my body felt like it was falling apart falling apart uh, at the seams. Oh, I did say it right. Oh, nevertheless, I continued to climb up the hill. As I gazed down on the city, I heard Josh's voice. What are you doing over here? It's almost dinner time. We got to make sure to be on time, alright? Before I knew it, there was only 1 week left until deployment. That day as well, I was up on the hill, looking down at the city. I knew I would find you here. You came here in an awful hurry. That's pretty rich coming from someone who's always running late. We were having one final get together before heading up to the surface. Don't you remember? Everyone kept asking me to come get you. How many times are you gonna make me beg you to be on time? Come on. Pretend to humor this pitiful commander's request, will you? At least let me keep it my dignity in front of the other squad members. So, do you still have concerns about going up to the surface? I was never worried. Nice try. I've seen you praying up here every day. Huh? Don't worry too much. Nothing will happen. We'll all come back safely. Later does. I don't know about the rest. When we do, we'll celebrate your first deployment on the surface. Right. I'm sure we will. Uh, Alright. I suppose we can skip training for 1 day tomorrow. Hmm? What are you talking about? Have you heard about the Festival of Harmony by any chance? It starts tomorrow. If you're up for it, how about we all go? The entire squad. Was that really 15 years ago? Hmm. Alright. Sorry for stopping in the middle of our work. Let's continue. Ah, I'm tired. All I did was to make a few things on the way here, and I'm already pooped. I'm not as young as I once was. I ought to let Seti take over soon. Uh, I hope she's doing alright without me. You're right. I'll stop worrying. I should focus on where we should be holding the party for her. It's important to celebrate your big debut. Slater mutters caustically to herself. She catches the sight of a massive cherry tree in the distance. Is that the everlasting Sakura? The tree stands atop of a hill, its lush blossoms painting the sky pink. Hmm. Standing before such rapturous beauty, Letters rendered speechless. It's magnificent. At the moment, she spots a strange figure. Hold on, is that? Underneath the cherry tree, something shouldn't be there. It's dangling from the branches. What in the world are you doing? Oh, oh, so we get to see Litter's part. Oh, okay. So 2 chapters ago, or 1 chapter ago, it was Trina there, and then she took off her clothes, her saying she can't breathe, and then Litter comes along, and then spots her, and then she scolds her, and then I come along. My left hand hurts. Litter fills me on what happened back at the cherry blossom. I was taking a walk with Bolt and noticed something in the distance, dangling from the branches off the tree. I wondered what it was, and it turns out it was Trina tending to the tree in a state of undress. With Trina's trees. Naturally, I couldn't leave her like that, so I raised my voice at her. I knew this would happen. Son, please. I can't go on like this. Maybe you should lay off her for a moment later. Trina really seems to be in physical pain. Well, since you're here, Greenhorn, things should be better. Thank you. Just use a bit of discretion next time you get undressed. Alright. Oh, what are you doing? Litter quickly covers my eyes. But didn't you say he was okay since Sun was here? That's not that's not what I meant. If anything, his being here makes it worse. Oh really? Stop being ridiculous. I can't stand here and allow you to waltz around naked. I'm going to dedicate my time off to making sure you become a respectable person. Me? But I'm a NIKKE. That's not what I meant. Later resumes her lecture. Oh, Santi did ask me to help out, so I suppose I can't let things continue on as they are. Once the commotion settles down, the three of us start to walk along the cherry blossom path. I never noticed the cherry blossoms when I was building this path. And that they're in full bloom, they really are breathtaking. Everyone is going to love them once the festival begins. Wait, did you just say that you built this path? Yes. Trina and I both constructed it. Oh, it feels like yesterday that Trina came to me asking if I could help build this path, which will be the stage for the Festival of Harmony. But in reality, it's been years. 15 years. Time sure does have a way of slipping from you. That's right. I certainly wouldn't mind if it slowed down a little. That's why I'm always going on about this and that. We're no spring chickens anymore. We may be NIKKEs, but even we'll expire someday. Oh, so we have to make the most of the time we have left. And that includes not stripping to the buff anywhere we please. Where did this all come from anyway? You weren't like this before. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is kind of funny for one veteran to be lecturing another. But since I've started, I might as well add one more thing. I want you to remember the right way, Trina. As a kind NIKKE who cared passionately for others and helped create a place where people could come and feel happy seeing these flowers. Mhm. We got to live life to the fullest and leave behind the proof that we existed. That way, when our time is up, that the world and the people around us will remember us honorably. Shouldn't you complete your story for those who we leave behind? For the ones we leave behind, do you think there are any means to that? Of course there is. If you die without leaving a mark of any kind, how can you ever prove what kind of person you were? Instead, you'll become the subject of all kinds of rumors until you're eventually forgotten. Hmm. That's why we have to work hard to live life to the fullest and leave behind the proof that we lived. It. As Liter finishes her speech, the massive cherry tree on the hill comes into view. It's been a while since I saw this. Did you see it last festival? Yes, and I thought the same thing back then. It's beautiful. The towering, the towering cherry tree seems to fill the entire sky with its overwhelming presence. As I gaze upon the cherry blossoms in full bloom, memories of the previous festival surface. Many people will probably come to see again this year. We'll need plenty of facilities to accommodate the large crowds. I burped. I wonder if Santi will be able to handle it on her own. I hope she doesn't make something strange again. Santi will be fine. You've done a wonderful job teaching her. I want her to be more than fine. Quietly gazing at the cherry tree, Lyra takes out a pocket watch. Before my time is up, I want Santi to surpass me. Only then will I be able to pass this watch on to her. What's the significance of that watch? Let's just say it's proof that I've lived. Ever since I started working at Mighty Tools, I always kept this watch on me. You're talking about passing down that watch. Do you mean? Yes. I'll be stepping down from this job, retiring. Hmm. Anyway, Trina's been suspiciously quiet. You're not taking your clothes off, are you? Uh, uh, are you okay? I feel like I'm suffocating. What's wrong? I'm fine. Just go back. Their everlasting sakura doesn't need any care. It's just an illusion. It's fine to head back. Okay, we don't want you over exerting yourself. Greenhorn, I'll carry Trina. Can you take care of Walt? Sure. I realize you're feeling uncomfortable, Trina, but lean on me. Thank you. It's times like these where I wish I was taller. Alright, let's go. With Trina leaning on her, Lyra leaves the cherry blossom path. Hmm. Even though she said she was fine, Trina's expression when she glanced at the cherry tree bothers me. Almost as if there was a sense of being sick and tired of something. Are you feeling any better? Yes. Thank you for taking care of me. Glad to hear you're better. Hmm. What's on your mind, Greenhorn? You seem to be off in another world the entire way here. Hmm. You and Trina made the cherry blossom path together, right? Right. Then what about the cherry tree? The cherry tree? I don't understand what you mean. I heard before the cherry tree from the surface, the everlasting sakura, had its lifespan artificially extended. That's why it's been able to survive on the earth all these years. Could the person who carried out those measures be? As I relayed the story I heard from Sakura, Trina's body starts to tremble. As expected, the person who made the everlasting Sakura is no other than. That's right. The everlasting Sakura is one of my failed creations. Oh, so Trina, what was she? Wait, I think she tried to recreate one, maybe, or extend the life, but couldn't meet the expectations she wanted. Maybe. Preparing for a festival was much harder than I thought it would be. By the time I came to my sense, it was already the last day of the festival. After finally finishing the last order of business, I dragged my exhausted body up the hill. When I got to the top, there you are. Rena was waiting for me, as usual. How was your day today? I've been so busy preparing for the festival. I think I'm mo- I think most everything's done now. I see. Would you like to sit here for a moment? As I sat, as I sat down, Ring pointed to the town below us. You asked me before what the point of plant research was. Have you still not come up with an answer? The streets below were filled with smiling attendees of the Festival of Harmony, taking in the flowers and the trees. Trina, plant research may not directly help in reclaiming the surface. That much is true. Still, if it affords us the chance to witness this sight currently above before us? For me, that alone is reason enough. Hmm. By the way, did you know the people who came to the festival are exchanging items they brought from the surface? In the spirit of that, I brought something for you. I didn't have anything I brought from the surface, so I thought I would simply give you what's most precious to me. Ta-da! Green handed me a small key. It's a garden key. Garden key? Yep. I want to see more scenes like this in the future, so I made a garden. My wish is that when people are looking at the flowers and trees, they'll forget their worries for a moment. I'm pouring that wish and my hope into that garden. Right now, it's just filled with saplings, so it doesn't look much. But once they all grow, you'll be amazed. You should come and visit when you got the time. Thank you. Hmm? I, I didn't prepare anything for you. It's fine. You've already given me plenty. I have? Yeah, I'm looking down at it right now. As Irene spoke, she gazed down at the town and smiled radically. Looking at her beaming, I found myself wishing for something. Looking at her beaming, I find myself wishing for something. I wish that I could see this kind of scenery and look upon more bright smiles similar to hers. Anytime, anywhere. Hey, Reen. Yeah? Want to join the botanical garden? So you finally come around to the idea. Then you need to make a promise to me, alright? What is it? Never stop treasuring the plants. If you do that, you'll do the right by the ones you're seeing today and honor them. Pretty simple, right? Hmm. A long time ago, there was someone who led me to the botanical garden. At that time, Green practically dragged me to the festival of army kicking and screaming. It goes by a different name now, Spring Festa. That day, I saw entire crowds of people forget all their worries while looking at the flora. After seeing Reen smile for the first time since she arrived in the ark, I made up my mind. I decided to follow Reen's suggestions and resolved to research plants, a botanical garden. And that's why you made the everlasting Sakura? I want people to be able to see the flowers and trees anywhere, anytime. That way, whenever they wanted to forget their worries, they could have easy access to nature. And I would say you succeeded. Thanks to your research, trees are a common sight in the ark. Hmm. After years of research, the day finally came when the everlasting sakura bloomed. The first person I went to see was Rin. That's when I realized for the first time, unlike me, who had become a NIKKE, for Rin, who had chosen to live her life as a human, time passed much more quickly. And we never got to see this everlasting Sakura. My wish was nothing but a delusion. Aww. Trina wanted to see the Sakura tree, like it's made up, a dream, because she misses Rin. And seeing that tree, the tree makes Trina sad. Looking back on it now, it's so obvious. All I wanted was to look upon her bright, pure smile. I attempted to bring it about with illusions. There's a bit of contradiction, isn't it? Hmm. I'm sorry. I know I'm a downer. Oh, I need to stop by the garden before it gets too late. I was told to notify them once we're finished remunerating the cherry blossom path. Soon after, we came to the garden to see Flora. However, something doesn't feel quite right. Am I the only one who finds this strange? No, I feel it too. Aren't there still a few more days until the festival? Yeah, as far as I know. Then why are there so many people here? The festival hasn't even begun. Yet the garden is cramped full of NIKKEs. Is it because of the advertisements from Noise, Rupee, and who else? Mm, Mana, I guess. A bit more. How many times must I tell you? We can't be late. Don't blame me if you end up getting chewed out by the superiors. Anyway, how are you finding the Festival of Harmony? It's nice. I didn't realize how long it'll be since I will let it go and relax. Well, we all need days off. If you only ever hurl yourself forward and fixate on the distant future, you'll get exhausted pretty quickly. Huh. But then that ends up happening to Litter. We'll also never know when our time is up. So it'll be a real shame to miss out on moments like this, don't you think? We silently looked down at the festival, which was in full swing. From up on the hill, the view of the ark and the sight of the people blending in with the flowers and trees was truly beautiful. You know what I like so much about this festival? Whenever I'm looking at the greenery, all my worries will melt away. When we go up to the surface, we'll get to see even more beautiful plant life than today. Can't wait. I'm excited too. Still, I don't think I'll ever forget what I'm seeing here today. Hmm. Here, take this. Why are you giving me this? Why are you giving me this? What is it, the pocket watch? Didn't you know, on the last day of the Festival of Harmony, people exchange things that are precious to them. I already gave gifts to the others. It would hardly be fair to exclude you. Nope, that's a pocket watch I used to use. It may look a little worse for you to wear, but it tells the time perfectly. You can use that to check the time, so now you won't have any excuse for being late. Then we agreed to have a nice meal once we got back from the surface. You're the guest of honor, and we're celebrating a successful first deployment on the surface, so we can have you being late to the party. This time, let's try to be functional. I will try. I should give you something too. It's fine. You find something good the next time you're on the surface. Wait, if you find something good the next time you're on the surface, you can give it to me. Hmm. Litter has been lost in thought ever since we entered the garden. The sight of the Nikke's quietly joined the flowers. Seems to have her reminiscing about old times. He was right. Sometimes moments like these are necessary. Hmm? Everyone seem so at peace. Anyway, we should try and find Flora. Yes, but how are we going to find Flora amongst all these NIKKEs? Oh, this game. Trainer, what brings you here? Biscuit, good timing. Huh? Do you know where Flora is? Flora? I haven't seen her in a while. Not after all these visitors suddenly arrived. I see. I do remember her scent though, so I can try to track her down for you. That will be wonderful. Thank you. But don't you need to take care of the animals at the shelter? I know you've been helping Flora for the past few days. The other team is taking care of our furry friends, so it's fine. She also brought along someone named Maiden to help her. I keep mixing up the voices. British catcher. There's so much I have to talk. Anywho, give me just a minute. I'll go find Flora for you. Biscuit runs off to the other side of the garden. Even for Biscuit, finding Flora among so many Nikkes will surely take some time. While we wait, why don't I introduce you to the little ones? Soon after, what flower is this? This one is called lilac. Whenever spring comes, it brings into a big grin like this. Isn't it pretty? Liter and Trina are absorbed in the flowers. The more I look around the garden, the more I can feel how each plant is being conscientiously cared for. That's right, the plants here are carefully tended to, maintain their natural form. The temperature, the humidity, the soil and sunlight, everything's carefully monitored and adjusted according to their specific needs. The fact that they're tended to with such loving care is why the plants are able to bring out smiles in the people, because they've been allowed to remain in their natural state. Say, where do I need to get to go to see the arboretum you manage? Well, the arboretum is the arboretum will remain closed to the public. Isn't that right, Trina? Yes, that's right. It's not going to be open? Why is that? So that Ring can rest. That's all I can say. Hmm? Hmm. I heard the news. You finished for renovating the cherry blossom path. Yes. So is there anything I can help you with in the garden? Sorry. What do you say, Lilac? Oh my, I forgot all about that. And it's terribly important. Trina, I have one more favor to ask of you. What's that? Hmm. Before I ask, should I explain to you why the garden is so crowded right now? I'm sorry. Wait, I made a mistake. What do you mean? I thought of something while preparing for the festival. I wanted Nikkes who work so hard every day to be able to come to the festival and rest. So I made a special invitations for them. But I accidentally wrote the wrong date on them. And that's why the garden is so crowded? Exactly. It's hard to imagine someone like you making such a simple mistake. No one's perfect. Should I tell everyone that the dates were incorrect? I think it's too late for that. True. And they're really they're really enjoying themselves with the flowers. You can't send everyone back after they came all this way. Precisely. So just for today, I was thinking of holding a festival for the Nikkeis. Oh, a festival just for Nikkeis? That's not a bad idea. Which brings me to my request. Flora hands over a stack of pamphlets. In order for the guests to fully enjoy the festival, could you help distribute these spring festive pamphlets? Oh, my thighs hurt. Well, my butt. Because I'm sitting on a chair that don't think you're supposed to sit on for a very long time. I'll show a picture of it. Don't think you're supposed to sit on this chair for a very long time. But I do it for the NIKKE story. Um, I'll stop the recording here and make part 3.